Today, join us on a very special ATR trip with Winair in the cockpit, including the stunning landing just feet from terrain into jungly Dominica on the infamous Coconut Patch approach, and then onward to Barbados before returning to St Maarten. Get a close look inside the latest project in Winair's Caribbean expansion, meet a couple of exceptional local pilots, and come along for some very special island hopping in this beautiful part of the world. Good morning from St Maarten's Princess Juliana Airport. Today, we're going to be doing some Caribbean island hopping in the jump seat of the ATR with Winair. And the ATR is a relatively new addition to Winair's fleet. Winair, traditionally very much a Twin Otter airline, doing these little flights to nearby islands. Now they're expanding their reach, they have big ambitions. The ATR is currently the vehicle for that. Not only adding destinations, but being able to go further out into the Caribbean and maybe points beyond, who knows? Today we're going to be going to Dominica and then on to Barbados and back to St Maarten, doing the turnaround. Barbados is a route that they added in 2024. They have 4 ATRs now doing routes like this. Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago is their newest. They also take them to the so-called ABCs, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, and other places too, with potentially new destinations and even more aircraft in the plans for the near future. Our first leg takes us over to Dominica from St Maarten, and wait till you see that approach. I was blown away. Also, check out this awesome ATR cockpit. The jump seat fits between these two walls. It's no A350 in terms of space, but I love it.
What's the flight level we got today? 827. Good morning again, it's Winair 827 Charlie Ramp with information Echo request to start IFR over to the Douglas Charles.
628 ITT, parameter stabilize. Off and start aboard.
Standby. 14.21.
14.21, fuel 2.62 tons for a gross weight of 16.83.
Alright, that checks out. CG of 21.8 and a trim of 2.4 up.
Yep, it's set.
Check.
Right side is clear.
Check. Ready lights and front brake off.
Low pitch.
Check.
Parameter stabilize. Last caution, wheels on cap. 607 ITT, parameter stabilize.
Check.
Off and start aboard, MP stabilize.
Check. CL1 auto.
Single channel.
Check. HSI no flags. Heading 27, 5 once, twice, 3 times. VSI at 0. TCAS is off and above. Altimeter 3010 indicating 30 feet. My side instrument scan left.
Scan right.
Check.
Number 827, line up with runway 10.
On a point, runway 10, 827.
Papa Juliet Whiskey, but out the contact St Maarten, 1
Papa Delta, roger.
Coast Guard 81, beautiful landing, repeat via Charlie, taxi, and I believe you're parking on a Charlie ramp.
Full right.
Check.
Delta, centered before takeoff procedure, notify cabin.
Repeat via Charlie.
Ready to roll.
Charlie, blue lights.
Charlie ramp, Coast Guard 81.
Left aileron spoiler.
Blue light, coming back.
Recall takeoff inhibited.
Number 827, runway 10 cleared, immediate takeoff, wind 090 degrees, 14 knots.
Go to line, clear takeoff, runway 10, 827. Airflow.
Norm.
To the line.
Without a line.
Cabin crew.
Advise.
Engine bleed.
On.
Exterior lights.
All on.
Ladder flight direct tomorrow.
To go.
Rudder cam.
To go.
For takeoff, checklist complete.
Alright. And rudder cam centered. Overhead is dark. ADU check. Runway 10 full and clear. V1 is 99. 54. Ready?
Yep.
Alright. Power lever set.
Checked. Armed.
Check.
Juliana Tower, good morning.
Check.
Papa Whiskey, Juliet Romeo crossing 280.
70 knots.
Check. I have controls.
Yo controls.
Papa Whiskey, Juliet Romeo, Juliana Tower, Report crossing Slugo, information Echo is currently 3009. I expect the RNAV approach running 10.
That's RNAV 10, report crossing Slugo, Whiskey Juliet Romeo.
Number 624, running 10, clear Salon, wind 090 degrees, 13 knots.
Set heading 10.
What is yours?
Check.
White book, 0. There's 0, white book distance.
Set high bang. Check. Set Barbados. Checker prep. 47 and 5.
See if you can identify any of these islands and let us know in the comments. Cheating by looking at the Flight Radar 24 playback is allowed.
This is your guy for all of those very interesting airports. He's have more interesting stories than I have.
I would advise anybody, if you have the chance to fly the Twin Otter, it's a perfect plane to teach you hand flying skills.
Crossing 11,000, Whiskey Juliet Romeo, flying Papa Juliet Mike.
I've been an ATR guy for my entire career, so I can't.
Flight level 100,
Especially in the operation that we have, because going into St Maarten and Saba, like a lot of the wind readings are not accurate as to what you actually have going through, so you have to react and adjust to everything that you go through. And at the end of the day, safety is paramount, so you need to react, because we can get, sometimes we have winds in St Maarten of like 28 knots gusting to 36 knots, and you have to adjust, because if you don't, the Twin Otter is like a butterfly in in heavy weather, so it'll be all over the place if you don't react. Yeah. So it's but it's a very nice plane, very good plane to start your career, to get that basic hand flying skills. But yeah, Montserrat is an interesting island, because they had a big eruption in 1995, I think.
No, the first one.
96, somewhere there.
First one.
Yeah, the first one, but that was the one that covered the complete airport that they had on the north side, the Plymouth airport. I remember that, because in school we had all the ash rocks washing up on St Maarten's beaches and all that stuff. Wow. So they created a new airport here to the northwestern peninsula, and it's kind of a funny runway. It's about 1,750 feet, so it's in between Saba and St Maarten, but it has an obstacle on the departure end of runway 10. So depending on the winds, if you don't have any like for Winair, we have a 4 knot headwind minimum, and even if you have 4 knots headwind, your weight restricted is crazy. Wow. So it's you only, I think, I can't remember the numbers correctly, but it came down to about 2 or 3 passengers that you can take out. Wow. Yeah. So, and the airport sits on like a cliff about 550 feet up in the air. So as you approach coming in, you'll if the winds are out of the southeast, you get a lot of turbulence getting in there. Go ahead. You're a direct Delta Oscar Mike, squawking 6512.
827, bonjour, identify and continue to Dom, call you back. Winair 827, do you still wish to proceed to Delta Oscar Mike, or you want to go to Adver or Volam?
Right, proceed Delta Oscar Mike at this time for the Winair 827.
Understood, 827. So be advised, in that case, I won't be able to get you lower than 7,000 feet due to terrain.
Say again?
In that case, if you continue to Delta Oscar Mike, the minimal altitude I will be able to give you on descent will be 7,000 feet due to minimum safe and terrain.
Roger, Winair 827.
to go down to the Twin Otter now after this? Yeah.
I would have liked to see it in the right seat for maybe 6 months, but
Yeah.
I couldn't go left seat on the Twin Otter.
No, that's true.
No.
But you're not allowed to because you have to have stall
Stall
time.
time, yeah.
So they want short takeoff and landing. The thing with the Twin Otter, how we operate it, is we operate it close to the stall capabilities. Like there's a lot of Twin Otter operators out there that land 10,000 foot runways and stuff like that, so they don't have to push the plane to its limits in
Yeah.
that sense. We have to because the fields are too short, you know.
Yeah.
So you really need to get a feel. You need to get comfortable flying slow, slow, and then with wind shears left, right, and center. So
Yeah.
you really have to get used to that. But
Yeah.
once you get used to it, it's a lot of people tell me, like I've had Gulfstream pilots on board and everything. They tell me if I could do what you're doing and make what I'm making, I'd be the happiest man alive. It's like, yeah, we're in the same boat, buddy.
All right, time to head onward to Barbados.
That'll set up everything.
Check.
MP stabilize.
CL to auto. Left side gear, ready to start engine number 1.
Check cab cargo door closed, feet low pressure off, run light on, wing light on, beacon on. Starter Bravo, starter 1.
Confirm.
Starter 620 ITT, prompt to stabilize.
Check.
Stabilize.
Check, CL1 auto.
This is good, and then we add. What are they?
Left side cleared.
Right side is clear.
Alright. Bravo. Hey, no. Hi, Captain. Captain is clear. Check, thank you. Yep.
827 clear to Adams, direct from India. Climb to maintain 7,000 feet, squawk 1512.
Alright, overhead dark. ADO is checked. Runway is clear. Time now is 03, and V1 is 99 knots. You ready?
Check. Yep.
Alright, let's go.
Let's go.
Power lever set.
Checked. Armed.
Check.
Power set.
Check.
70 knots.
Check. You have controls.
Flight controls.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Check.
Acceleration altitude.
Climb procedure. Procedure notch.
White belt plus 10.
Set high bank.
High bank set. Flaps 0.
Checked. And if you can give me direct Bravo Golf India,
We're clear direct AGI. Confirm directed position Bravo Golf India with your beams.
confirmed.
Execute.
Set now.
Alright, right side is cleared.
Right side is clear. Yeah.
Bonjour, Winair 827, climb 8,000 feet, 1016.
I'm 8,000 feet, windward 827.
Coming from the Twin Otter, is there anything particular about the ATR that you have to like that's tricky to get used to, or sort of anything unusual?
Almost everything. Nice. Yeah, it's just because I've flown the Twin Otter for close to 9 years, and the Twin Otter is non-automated, so it's completely hand flown all the time. So when you get to an aircraft that you go, so on a Twin Otter, I always explain like this: on a Twin Otter, you see something, you do it one time. In the ATR, you see something, then you got to program the plane to do it. So there's always that layer in between. It's a lot more of double checking of everything. I mean, obviously we have a gear as well. The Twin Otter is always out, so that's a big difference. But at the end of the day, it's just kind of to get accustomed to it. It's just to get accustomed to the procedures and all that stuff. So yeah. So at the end of the day, it's a plane, so it'll fly.
What's your favorite place to fly into in the Caribbean, if you had to pick one?
My favorite will always be Saba, but I'm a bit biased when it comes to those things.
Nice.
Yeah, Saba has a special place for me. Yeah. I would say Saba, but St Lucia is a nice approach too. Castries, that's an interesting approach on the ATR. Tortola is nice. The scenery around Tortola is really nice as well.
1860, bonjour, direct Ilogo,
But yeah, those, and then obviously, I mean, we get kind of numb to it for St Maarten because we fly over St Maarten thousands of times. But it still is a special place because you know you have so much aviation enthusiasts around there. So it's like you kind of feel that there's a lot more people that share your passion for aviation.
How about you, Akim? You have a favorite?
I don't know if you.
Favorite would be Antigua. Pretty nice scenic approach. Has a pretty different coastline to most of the islands. A lot of indentures, so we have a lot of beaches. So especially the southwest coast, always very scenic and gorgeous. So overall, Antigua would be one of my favorite places to land at. And for the challenge, Dominica 09, as you saw today, and Tortola, especially, is pretty challenging. So those will be some of my favorites for, just for the aviation challenge of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sophia said she saw that they call that approach Coconut 9? Coconut 09?
The Coconut Patch 09 approach, that's what it's nicknamed. Not much of a coconut patch left after Hurricane Maria, unfortunately, but there was a big coconut patch that used to mark the base leg turn for runway 09, so that's why it's nicknamed the Coconut Patch approach.
I see.
Yeah, so she was correct.
Cool.
VS minus 1200 set.
Check.
Point. Heading select high.
Check.
Going 168 on heading.
Check. Alright, descending below MSA.
Yep.
Twin Otter 7 once, twice, 3 times.
Check.
1,000 feet approaching 2,000.
Checked. Alt starter.
Check.
Alt green.
Check.
Gary 827, runway 09, clear to land. Surface winds 120 degrees at 16 knots.
50. As over, start rate 881, Bravo, short, 20, ready to go.
Start rate 881, Roger, stand by. Papa Whiskey Juliet, Romeo ATR 45, just touched down at stand by, expect late landing clearance.
All right, after those 2 legs down via Dominica here to Barbados, it's time for the hour and 25-minute flight back to St Maarten. And since I've been up front in the jump seat for quite a while, I thought I'd do a little different and come back here and capture some of the passenger experience for this video. We'll go back up there and get into the jump seat just before landing. So we stick all the cameras up for that beautiful arrival into St Maarten.
Pull on the strap to tighten. To release, lift the flap at the top of the bezel under your seat.
Hope you enjoyed that. Let us know what aircraft, route, or part of the world you'd like to see a cockpit video from next, and we'll do our best to make it happen. See you next time.